No way of knowing they weren't the only human inhabitants of their world. Times are no longer so good for the Neanderthals. There's been snow on the ground for months. Even for a people superbly adapted to the Ice Age cold, this is more than they can bear. The hunters have to travel farther and farther afield, for the beasts they hunt are on the move in their constant quest for food. Their leader has only found 2 puny squirrels. They'll starve to death if they stay here. They know there's nothing back toward the setting sun where they came from, but to the east, toward the rising sun, there's a better place to hunt. They've been there before, but in the summer. For the entire band to attempt a winter migration is sure death. Only the strongest hunters will go.
By the time of the Neanderthals, humans were capable of at least basic speech. They had larger brains than their predecessors. A 60,000-year-old Neanderthal hyoid bone, which anchors the muscles of the vocal cords, was the first tangible evidence of early human speech. It was found in Israel.
For 5 days, these hunters have searched for any sign of game. They're the only hope for the starving band they've left behind, and they've seen nothing. They've now trekked much further than their normal hunting range. They travel through the mountains from valley to valley. It's in the valleys they hope to find a beast to hunt. Time's running out for them. The skins they wear won't keep out all the cold and damp, nor will the furs on their feet. The bone needle, which ensures well-fitting waterproof clothing, hasn't yet been invented. They struggle on for several days more. Northern Europe is now mantled with expanding glaciers and ice caps. The Ice Age has brought enormous changes in the weather. All their superb skills in tracking animals are useless. They haven't seen one footprint or smelled one beast. Even their well-adapted physique is tested to its limits. Neanderthals evolved large noses to warm their breath, and their squat bodies retained heat better in cold climate. But this is more even than they can bear. Another night's drawing in. The temperature's dropping fast. They must find shelter or die of cold and exposure. This young hunter is nearly ready to give up. He's been suffering from cold and hypothermia for the last 3 days. Just as hope's almost gone, they find what they're looking for: a rocky outcropping. This is the shelter Neanderthals looked for when they were on the move. Only sheer desperation has led them here, in deepest winter, with its short, chilling daylight hours and sub-zero nights. The strongest collects the wood they need to make a fire and keep wolves and scavengers at bay, though they've precious little to scavenge. From compressed layers of ash and charcoal found on cave floors, we know Neanderthals made fires. They couldn't have survived near the northern ice sheets without it. We know that later peoples made fires with tinder fungus, which grows on dead birch trees and can stay lit for days. They share the last of the dried meat. It was easy to carry and one of the first ways of preserving food. This young Neanderthal is fading fast. Their leaders see something. It looks familiar. It looks like the piece of antler they found back in their cave. They can see it's special, but they still can't figure out what it means. He sees something else. Some beings done this, but no one like them. It looks just like a bison, but it clearly isn't a bison. The strange deer antler, the bison that isn't a bison. They wake up knowing this is the day they must find a beast and kill it.